Hey guys, Charlie here, back for another video. Today I'm going to be ranking the studio albums of one of my favorite bands of all time, Foo Fighters. So I'll just give you a bit of background on them. They formed back in the mid to late 90s, after they kind of rose from the ashes of Nirvana, because obviously Kurt Cobain's tragic death, Nirvana kind of imploded, effectively. I was just looking for the right word to use. Then, of course, Dave Grohl, who was the drummer, went off and formed his own band and has been very successful since, sold a lot of albums and become really big. So they've got 10 studio albums, including a brand new album that came out just last February, Medicine at Midnight. I did a review on that. So do go and check that out. And so, 10 studio albums. I own all of them except for 2 on some kind of physical format. I've got 7 here on CD and 1 vinyl. I will have to pick up the other 2 at some point. And I will say, we are talking a great catalog here. Like, I really like all these albums. All of them I think are great. So, a few of them, the order could change at any given day, so you know how this works. I'll rank them from my least favorite to my favorite, but there's nothing wrong with any of them. Like, all of them are very, very strong, so there's that. And do keep in mind, it's just my opinion, so if your ranking's a bit different, that's cool. List your ranking in the comments below, because I love to hear what you think. 10 studio albums, so let's, get this party started. So, coming in at number 10, still a very good album, and I know it's going to upset a lot of people, but I do, with it, I do really like it. I just like all the others better. So, number 10, I'm going to go with the self-titled debut album from 1995. Sorry about the glare from the big lights, because I'm in a very low-ceiling room here. So, self-titled debut, so obviously Kurt Cobain, suicide, we know the whole story, we don't need to get into all that. So, and the band implodes, and Dave Grohl off on his own, and, Foo Fighters aren't really banned yet. It's essentially him doing all the instruments and stuff, and it's a good album. This is a call. I'll Stick Around is great. Big Me is the early hit, obviously. My favorite 2 songs on it are definitely Alone and Easy Target and Watershed. Those 2 songs are both fantastic. So, fantastic. Watershed is the second to last song. It's a really awesome, fast and heavy one, which I love. Good Grief, that's pretty good. Oh George, the last song, Exhausted, is also great. It's got some really good guitar riffs in it. So, Foo Fighters aren't a band yet. And that it's kind of like, it feels like a band or an artist, I should say, kind of trying to find the sound. But I think they I think they got leagues better on their second album. You'll see where that comes in the rankings. So, So coming at number 10, still a great album, is self-titled Debut from 1995. Number 9, we're going to go all the way to 2007 for Echo's Silence, Patience, and Grace. This album right here. It does pay me to rank this low, because there is some truly great stuff. I mean, the opening song, The Pretender, is one of my absolute favorite Foo Fighters songs of all time. It's got to be top 5. It's fantastic. Let It Die. And, with this album, it starts off really strong with the first 4 songs. Then, some things kind of in the second half are kind of okay, not that great. Still some really great stuff. Let It Die. Erase Replace is a good underrated song. Long Road to Ruin, which was the other single, is also great as well. You Come Alive, that's pretty good. Cheer Up Boys, Your Makeup is Running. Summer's End is another good underrated song, but honestly, Home is the ballad that closes it off. So yeah, it's another really good solid album. It's not one of their best in my opinion, but still really good. Number 8, I'm gonna go with There Is Nothing Left to Lose from 99. I know a lot of people will probably have this much higher, and that's perfectly understandable. It's a great album. great songs. With this one, I find it's kind of a poppy and casual album. Like, I mean, I know Dave Grohl said this is. I read somewhere that this is his list said this is maybe his favorite album, and that's totally cool. You know, he likes it because it's kind of natural, and you know, yeah, I mean, I find some of it to just be kind of casual and relaxed. It's quite poppy and not kind of heavy and rocking as the previous two, but still great. Stacked Actors, Breakout's probably the most energetic song there. That's great. Obviously it's got the big hit Learn to Fly. That is amazing. Again, another one of my favorite Foo Fighters songs of all time. Generator, Aurora, that's kind of the long poppy one, really melodic one. That's okay. Next Year's pretty good. Headwise, I'd say my favorite song, would probably be the last song, MIA. Those would be the two really great songs from Learn to Fly and MIA, the closer. So, yeah, really good album. There's Nothing Left to Lose coming in at number 8. Number 7, I don't own here, but it's going to be Sonic Highways from 2014. So, I know I've heard a few people kind of diss this album. Sorry, I'm just going to have to open up an internet page so I can read the track listing out for you because I don't have it here and I didn't bring my phone down. So, Foo Fighters. So, I know there are, so I know some people have kind of dissed this album before. I mean, I think part of it's, oh, damn it, that's got the documentary, right? That's coming up with the TV show. Foo Fighters Sonic Highways songs. That's better. Right, yeah, so, yeah, I mean, obviously it was kind of a concept album for them, because, I mean, it's kind of like 8 different songs recorded in 8 different locations across America. I haven't seen the TV series yet. I probably should see it soon. But, I mean, a lot of people kind of disappointed that the locations only influenced the lyrics rather than the music of it, and, you know, it's kind of just a Foo Fighters album, but, I mean, I think it's executed pretty well. Another thing, it's a really short album, it's only 8 songs, but, I mean, I think all the 8 songs that are quite good. The opening track, Something from Nothing, is awesome. Feast and the Famine's great. What Did I Do / God Is My Witness is a good song. I love Outside. In the Clear is probably my favorite song of the album. I love the keyboards on that. It's got the ballad, Subterranean, and then it closes off with I'm a River, which is a really cool song as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good album. So, yeah, I really like it. Here's another one that a lot of people rank really low that I think is quite underrated. It's going to be One by One from 2002, when this came out. There's a cool band picture on the back. So, I know a lot of the recording of this album is kind of troubled. I mean, I think Taylor Hawkins, the drummer, was suffering from a heroin problem at the time. I read that somewhere. And I know Dave Grohl has kind of disowned this album. He said there were 4 good songs on it, and the rest I never played in my life. And I know a lot of fans do rank this as the one, but I do like it a lot. I mean, it's a good rocking album. I think it's got some of the energy back that There's Nothing Left to Lose didn't have, and a lot of great songs. All My Life is a big hit from it. I mean, we all love that song. My favorite song is definitely Low. That is a really cool, heavy one. And I really love the music video with Dave Grohl and Jack Black messing around in the motel room. Go and look that up. It's pretty hilarious. Foo Fighters have a lot of hilarious music videos, especially with songs like Big Me and, of course, Learn to Fly. Times Like These is the other hit. Disenchanted Lullaby is a good underrated one. Halo and Lonely As You are also really good underrated songs. Overdrive, the last song, Come Back, is really cool. That's kind of really slow and kind of doomy even, you know. So, yeah, One by One, number 6, yes. Yep. Number 5. I'm gonna put their brand new album, Medicine at Midnight. From 2021, just came out last February. I mean, I'm ranking this album pretty high. I liked it. I like it a lot. I only just picked up this CD a few days ago. I went out record shopping. I'll have to do an update and show you some of the other stuff I got. But I mean, yeah, it's a really good album. You know, with an album this new, it could potentially rank higher or lower as time goes on. But for now, I'm putting it in right at number 5, kind of in the middle, which is good. You know, Making a Fire, Shame Shame is fantastic. I love Cloud Spotter. Those are my 2 favorite songs on it, Shame Shame and Cloud Spotter. You know, Waiting on a War. Title track is really good. So with this one, they're kind of experimenting with kind of more up-tempo stuff. It's kind of less kind of really fast and heavy and stuff. It's kind of more upbeat, but still pretty rocking, you know, and a lot of fun. No Son of Mine is fantastic. Holding Poison, the last song, Love Dies Young, is really catchy. So, yeah, number 5, Medicine at Midnight, brand new one. May change as the years go by, but I think it's really good. Going at number 4, and I really struggled with where to put this album because I mean it's kind of a tale of 2 halves. I mean, I think that's probably going to give away what it is. It's of course In Your Honor from 2005. Of course, it's double album, and you know it's quite a good double album. You know, it's like one side's electric, the other side's acoustic. And I will say, if the whole album was side 1, it was disc 1. I mean, it could potentially have ranked in the top 3. I mean, side 1, which is the electric stuff, is awesome. You know, the title track, No Way Back, Best of You, which is one of their most popular songs. Obviously, DOA is fantastic. The last song, Free Me, is awesome. Resolve, Deepest Blues Are Black, and End Over End is great as well. And then, of course, on disc 2, that's where they put all the acoustic stuff, which I'm not super crazy about, but there is some actually pretty good stuff, you know, Still, Miracle, Another Round, Friend of a Friend. The interesting story about that one is I think Dave Grohl wrote that about Kurt Cobain. I mean, a lot of people thought that My Hero from The Color and the Shape was about Kurt Cobain, but it actually wasn't, but Friend of a Friend is about Kurt Cobain, On Demand, Razor. So, yeah, you know, side 2 is decent, but I think the electric stuff on side 1 is really, really good. And like I said, if disc 1 was the album, I would have been very, very happy with it, and I think it could have ranked in the top 3 if that was the case. But for now, it's just got to come in at number 4. Still ranking it pretty high. Like I said, the order of some of these could change at any given day, but I think that I'm going to be putting it at number 4 from now. Right, number 3. This is the other one that I don't own, unfortunately, but I'm going to have to go out and get it because it is a fantastic album. As you can see, it's ranking at the top 3. Of course, I'm talking about Wasting Light from 2011. This is a really, really good album. A lot of fantastic stuff. The opening song, Bridge Burning, is amazing. It's really kind of fast and heavy and stuff. Rope, it's great. Excuse me. Dear Rosemary, sorry, that's a good one. It's got the really heavy white limo, which with Dave Grohl just screaming all over the place, and just these really crunchy and fast riffs. That's great. Landria is great these days. Back and Forth is a great song. One of my absolute favorites is Miss the Misery. That is a truly awesome one. And of course, then it closes off with Walk. We all know that song. That is a truly great one as well. So, Wasting Light from 2011, really, really great album, coming in at number 3. And yeah, these top 3 I think are pretty well set. These are all fantastic. Number 2, I know it's probably going to be number 1 for most people, but number 2 is going to be The Color and the Shape from 1997. Obviously, this is their biggest selling album, and you know, if I didn't have the history with my number 1 album, I probably would have considered this rank this right at the top as well. Doll, which is like that 1.5 minute opening track that's kind of just kind of quiet and just getting you ready. Then of course you get the awesome Monkey Wrench, one of their best songs of all time. That is awesome. It's got Hey Johnny Park. That's a good one. Don't know what the title has to do with the song, but hey, I mean, it's still a great one. Wind Up is awesome. My Hero's fantastic. Obviously, that's one of the hits. See You is probably my favorite Foo Fighters acoustic song. That is great. It's got Enough Space. Oh, I mean, I can't do it, but I mean, Dave Grohl just screams all over that song. Just amazing. It's got their biggest song of all time, Everlong. I mean, that is still amazing. Then, of course, it closes up, and then you get the other ballad, Walking After You, and New Way Home. So, Color and the Shape, number 2, definitely has a very special place in my heart. I mean, I remember in grade 6 when I was first getting into this stuff, like, the first album I heard was the debut, which I liked a lot, and then this, I think, really made me a huge Foo Fighters fan. I love it, and if I didn't have the history with my number 1 album, I probably would rank this at number 1 as well. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but number 1 for me, you all know what it is. It's the only one left. It is, might be a bit hard getting this on the camera. I'll just move my laptop back a bit, but it is Concrete and Gold from 2017. Let me show you the gatefold. There's all the guys with all the song lyrics. I mean, so back in 2017, I was in grade 6, and I was just really starting to heavily get into rock music. I was listening to a lot of AC/DC live, and of course, Foo Fighters, definitely. And this album came out that year, and then of course, at the beginning of 2018, I saw them live on this tour, and that was the first major concert I've ever been to. So yeah, and I just love this album from top to bottom. It was great seeing. I loved that they played a few of these songs live, and it's fantastic. Like Color and the Shape, it kind of starts off with just a little song, which is T-Shirt. That's kind of just like an intro song, and I love how it kind of starts off quiet and then gets really, really big. It's got Run. I mean, Run is a top 5 Foo Fighters song to me. It's just so heavy. I mean, it's got like the really big production on this, which just makes the riffs, they're not just heavy, but just really huge, and it's just got a lot of really heavy melodic stuff on it, which is great. Make It Right. Skies of Neighborhood was the other single they released. La Di Da has an awesome keyboard riff in it, and I love that. Dirty Water. Sunday Rain is a great song, which has Taylor Hawkins singing it. That's great. The Line is a top 3 Foo Fighters song for me. It's just so awesome. And then, of course, you get the really slow title track to close it off. So, Concrete and Gold, a very beloved album by me. It's my favorite Foo Fighters album, one of my favorite albums of all time, and yeah, that concludes my ranking of the Foo Fighters albums from worst to best. So let's recap. Number 1, Concrete and Gold. Number 2, Color and the Shape. Number 3, Wasting Light. Number 4, In Your Honor. Number 5, Medicine at Midnight. Number 6, One by One. Number 7, Sonic Highways. Number 8, There's Nothing Left to Lose. Number 9, Echoes, Silence, Patience, and Grace. And number 10, the debut. But all of these albums are great. You can't go wrong with any of them, in my opinion. So, yeah, that concludes my ranking video. List your ranking in the comments. You know, it's probably going to be a bit different from mine. That's totally cool. We're all entitled to our opinions. And so, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. At some point, within the next 2 days, I'll do a record collection update to show you what I got alongside the new Foo Fighters album, and I'm gonna try and get the Nickelback album ranking at some point. And for all you metalheads out there, I will be getting around to ranking Iron Maiden's catalog soon. So, thanks for watching. See you later.